best lineup against anybody else's best lineup anytime, at any place, the one and only Scott Coker.
Thanks, Joe. Just like to welcome everybody here to our press conference for our lightweight tournament. 2022 was an amazing year. We had such a great run of great fights. Really looking forward to 2023, starting with the fight this Saturday, tomorrow night, live on CBS, 9 p.m. Pacific. I'm sorry, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And earlier this week, we signed a deal with a Brazilian network, flagship property in Brazil called Combate, Global Combate. So we signed a distribution deal with them. Ideally, this brings the Bellator promotion to over 100 million new viewers in Latin America. They'll be able to watch all of our products, starting with this fight tomorrow night. We also have a tremendous distribution deal throughout the world with different networks, one being the BBC, one being Unext from Japan, and which Japan is in the house today. They're here covering the event. We have RMC in France, Channel 10 in Australia, and the list goes on and on. We're now currently in 168 countries around the world, and we're looking to continue to grow that. And when we're not on CBS and Paramount Plus, like tomorrow being the home of Bellator in America, has been Showtime Television. And tomorrow night's prelims, as well as other prelims, are all aired on Showtime's YouTube channel, Bellator's YouTube channel, as well as Pluto TV. And when I think about this tournament, I was in the back, chilling and talking about it. It's really the toughest lightweight tournament, I think, in the history of mixed martial arts. And, you know, Big John put his thoughts into it, Josh did too. And to tell you a story, when I first started with Bellator about 8 years ago, I sat down with Bob Cook, and I showed him the roster. And Bob Cook's been like one of our go-to guys, and Mike Hogan. We sat down and we went over the fight roster at the time. And they both looked at me and said, hey, you got a lot of work to do. And you know what? I said, okay, we got a lot of work to do. And over the last 8 years, work we did, and we built and doubled down and invested in how far we've come over the last 8 years to see all the killers back here, and the amount of, you know, quality and professionalism and the best fighters in the world sitting back there. And I would say this, whoever wins this gauntlet of tournament fights at the end of the year will be crowned the best lightweight in the planet. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, let's get these lightweights out here. Let's start fighting out of France. He's a former champion at Road FC, M1, and Bama. Please welcome Mansour Barnani. And I apologize for mispronouncing that. How are you? Please have a seat. His opponent is going to be Bellator's number 5 ranked lightweight out of American Top Team, Sydney Outlaw. Also fighting out of the American Top Team, Bellator's number 4 ranked lightweight, Alexander Chablis. His opponent, former Ryzen lightweight champion, fighting out of Azerbaijan, Tofik Musayev. He is Bellator's number 3 ranked pound-for-pound talent, former Bellator featherweight champion, and the winner of the Featherweight World Grand Prix, AJ McKee. He has the most knockouts in Bellator history. He's your former Bellator lightweight champion, currently ranked number 1 in the division, Patricky Pitbull. One of the very best lightweights to ever do it. He's the former UFC and WEC lightweight champion, Benson Henderson. last but not least, undefeated at 16-0. He is your reigning defending lightweight world champion, Usman Nurmagomedov. First question, please, John.
Wanted to start with Usman, please. Just wanted to get your thoughts on this Grand Prix. You win the title and immediately you get put into this tournament with all these killers that you've got to run through to keep your title. So what were your thoughts on this Grand Prix? Yeah, I was just asking the thoughts on the Grand Prix. Like, he wins the title and then immediately they build this tournament where he's got to go through all these killers to keep the title. What was his thoughts on the plans for the Grand Prix?
Я рад, что, во-первых, hello everyone, and honestly, I'm happy now. Everybody has name for 1 year, future year, and we will see. I'm okay. Thank you.
Nice. And I want to ask as well, I think you were 8 years old when Benson made his professional MMA debut, so I'm curious how much you watched of his career and what you think now that you're matched up to fight him.
Can I speak a little bit Russian? Yes, конечно, да, конечно, я вырос на его боях. И это, конечно, легенда, очень опытный, очень, скажем, такой крепкий ветеран. И для меня большая честь разделить эту клетку.
I grew up watching his fights. He's a very tough veteran. He's a legend, and it's an honor for me to face him.
Vince, I want to ask you, I mean, obviously, the later stages of your career, right? You wanted a title shot, you were making that run, and then you get put into a Grand Prix like this. I mean, what were your thoughts when this was all announced and you thought, man, I'm going to go into this field?
I was super excited, super stoked. I've been with the Bellator for a while now, and they have not ever done a lightweight Grand Prix, so I was waiting for it. They did, bantamweight and heavyweight, went back to light heavyweight, then back to heavyweight again. Like, man, come on, guys, where's the lightweight? Where's the love for the lightweights at? So being a part of it, I'm super stoked, super excited. Great matchup in the first round, so couldn't be happier, man.
Yeah, you got the best matchup right away, right? So I'm just curious what you thought of his quick rise, and I mean, have you been watching him, and just what you think of him as an opponent?
I think Usman's a great opponent, a good champion. He had a good last fight, and I'm excited to get into the cage.
Nice. And just last thing for me, I did want to ask, outside of the Grand Prix, your wife signed with Bellator long term as well. I know martial arts has been the family business for a while, but now you're both on the roster at the same time. I guess, can you talk about what that means to you and your family?
Yeah, my wife getting signed to Bellator. Bellator has been a great company to work for. They take great care of myself and my family. So she was very excited to join the team, so to speak, and start making a name for herself. And pretty soon it's going to be, Murray Henderson. I'm Murray Henderson's husband, by the way, guys. Don't forget about me. And it's going to be that way pretty soon.
Right here, for AJ McKee down in front. Everybody associates you with the rivalry with Patricio Pitbull. Now you're fighting his brother. I guess, how far does that rivalry between McKee's and Pitbull's, how far does it extend?
I think it's just part of our legacies at this point. The Pitbull versus McKee's thing. So it's an honor, he's been a champ, he knows what it's like to hold that title, and like I said, a while back, we make it a family affair, and come full circle, here we are.
I guess, does that sort of rivalry, like, with Tricky, do you still feel that same way that you did with Patricio, or is this a little different?
This is a little different, Patricio and I had our fair differences, we spoke upon it. We're cordial, the whole family, we're cordial, it's business at the end of the day. We got to put on a great show for the fans, so we're going to give them everything they want.
And on the flip side of that coin, for Patricky, was this the matchup when they announced this field and all the competitors? Like, was this the one that stuck out to you that you wanted to make sure happened?
Yes, of course. He He say he wanna fight against me for a long time, like 1 year maybe. Talking little shit, like he always talking. I have a lot of respect. He's a tough opponent. He beat my brother one time. So he say one of the old pitbull. So I'm waiting for this a long time, every day. So I saw my brother train for him. I know the strategy. I have a lot of respect. I meet him in Japan. He shake the hand, talk a little bit. Now I think me and he and my brother we have a lot of respect. So if you want to talk shit, okay, maybe like.
I guess for you, you know, coming in off of the title loss, I guess how hungry are you coming into this tournament to go back out there and get the title?
It's a lot of things in this tournament. It's a lot of sharks in the ocean. So look this guy, very looking. It's very dangerous fighters. So the first step is to win McKee. And let's think little things, don't think bigger. Of course, I think bigger, but don't think about the million, don't think about the money. Just think about the win. The money's coming.
I have a question for Mansoor, the Afro Samurai. You're currently running an 8-fight win streak. You have 20 victories, 19 finishes, but you stand out to me a bit because you're the only man sitting up there that's not a part of the Bellator rankings. How excited are you to be included and be a part of this lightweight Grand Prix, and do you feel that you're the dark horse to win this whole thing?
Ouais, c'est un honneur de m'avoir mis dans le grand tournoi du Bellator. Je pense que c'est le meilleur tournoi qui existe en ce moment. Et ouais, je pense que je vais le faire. Enfin, je vais le faire. Je vais gagner.
Yes, I'm very happy to be there. Thank you to Bellator, and for sure I'm here for win.
I have one more question for Chael P. Sonnen. Hope you're a fan of long-winded questions. Chael, you've been a part of some of Bellator's biggest cards, biggest fights, biggest moments. You're standing up there today with 8 men, getting set to head to battle for $1 million in the World Championship. We got Fedor versus Bator 2 this weekend. Patchy and Rafian battling out in the finale down the line. Do you feel that this year can be one of, if not the biggest year in Bellator history?
I appreciate that question. You know, I don't know if I've ever disagreed with Scott Coker until about 5 minutes before we walked out here. He declared this tournament to be the toughest tournament he'd seen in lightweight history, and I declared it to be the toughest tournament I've seen in MMA history. I've been part of some great tournaments when I got involved with this myself. It was all tournaments sometimes in one night, things like this. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I got a multiple-time world champion right here and multiple-time world champion right here. When's that last time that's happened to you, where you could just turn, right? It's usually an expression. It's happening to me right now. So, and then as far as the Fedor Bader matchup, yes, absolutely. In the presence of CBS, and I know one of that's going to be big when I look out here at you guys. And when I see this many people this interested with cameras and questions going, that's generally a good sign for us. Thank you.
All right, I've got a question for Sid over here. I feel like a lot of people sleep on you and count you out. You have wins over people like Miles Jury, Adam Piccolotti, and not to mention a title fight that was set up a couple months ago. It fell through due to things that, you know, happened. And I just want to talk about, or hear you talk about your mindset and the way you feel, your determination going into this tournament.
I mean, if they sleep, they can sleep. Let them sleep. Mindset, I mean, obviously I lost didn't agree with it, but it's, you know, I shouldn't have got caught with it. So I gotta bite down on the bullet. And I'm good with that, you know, but can't be distracted, gotta stay focused. I'm staying focused, getting better every day, every second, trying to. I know how I got here was completely different from how everybody else got here, so I gotta keep that mindset, keep digging. Everybody got a story, but I know my story is a little bit different, you know? So I just gotta focus on how far I came, you know, focus on that journey. I learned from an early age to throw the past behind me, to throw it away, don't even look back, look forward. So I'm excited. I mean, I think everybody here actually has like a title belt, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So champions among champions. So we're about to find out who's the best champion. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. God is good. So you get to see his word.
Awesome, thank you. And I'm just gonna ask one more question. This one's for AJ. Does the fact that you have the chance to make history and become the first Bellator fighter to win 2 Grand Prix, does that, you know, give you a little different or a different mindset or a different approach? You know, how does that feel having that on the line as well for you?
I'd say just achieving bigger and better accolades is always motivation. You know what I mean? I wanted to be a champ. So this is my opportunity to show everybody why I can be a champ, I can be a champ, and we got big names in this tournament, you know what I mean? So moving up a weight class, it's new territory, new land to conquer.
Question over here for Alexander. Alexander, you have one of the best win streaks in the entire tournament. What do you think has been the key that has helped you to put so much success together in a competitive division like lightweight?
Hello guys, my motivation is my team, my family, my winner. Моя победа это следствие, sorry guys, a little speak English. Моя победа это следствие упорного труда, моя мотивация это моя семья, моя команда, люди, которые меня окружают, все они дают мне уверенность для того, чтобы идти и принимать эти большие вызовы, которые сейчас передо мной стоят. Спасибо.
My main motivation is my family, my kids. I have to provide, you know, and most of the result is because of my hard work. I always put 100% out. I always get there. I, you know, get the best partners. And again, I'm here for nothing. I'm here to get big prizes.
For you and Taufeeq, to get to the end and win the $1 million, win the tournament, you would take on probably the most big names potentially in the tournament. Do you think about that? Do you think about quarterfinals, semifinals, and how big a fight that would be, or are you just completely focused on Taufeeq?
На самом деле в нашем гран-при нет ни одного легкого пути, наверное, для того, чтобы стать чемпионом. Поэтому мой бой с Тофиком, он мог бы оказаться и в финале. Но на сегодняшний день мы деремся в первом бою, поэтому я принимаю этот вызов и понимаю, что впереди меня ждет не меньше и не громче. Поэтому для меня каждый бой – это сражение, на которое я настраиваюсь по максимуму. Вот, поэтому я рад, что на сегодняшний день я имею возможность драться в этом гран-при. И у меня такая сетка. Впереди меня ждет McKee или же Питбуль. Но на сегодняшний день я не заглядываю вперед, а думаю только сконцентрирован только на Тофике. Спасибо.
A road to Grand Prix is never easy. It's always, you know, you have to fight a lot of guys. You have to plow through a lot of people. It just happened that Taufeeq is going to be the first one here. But again, like I might be him now. It might be Pitbull. It might be anybody on my road. Just happened to be this time. I have to focus on one fight at a time, and whoever's going to come next, that's going to be my next goal. And again, I'm going to see whoever's going to be in the finals. I'm going to see them there.
And then question for Taufeeq. You're actually one of the newer fighters to Bellator. Now you're immediately in a tournament. Can you talk about the emotions about getting this opportunity so soon in the promotion?
Scott Coker'e olan markacı yani 3. günde bizi teşrif edipler burada dövüşmeye, gücümüzü sınamaya ve biz de gelmişiz burada olan her bir idmançıya uğrar arzulayıram ve tabii ki bu Grand Prix'de her bir idmançının arzusu tutmağa biz de burada yüksek seviyede hazırlaşırız. Yani bizden gelen hediyeyi ki biz de bu Grand Prix'nin maliyetlerini değerlendireyim ve burada maksimum derecede şampiyon olur.
First of all, I want to thank Steve Cocker and Mike Hogan for this opportunity for the tournament. Obviously, it's everyone's goal here to win this tournament, and I wish good luck to all my opponents in this journey. I'm working hard, I'm prepared, and I'm looking forward for this journey.
How much confidence do you take from the fact that you've already defeated 2 of the other fighters before who are in the tournament right now?
Tabii ki bu yolda Hasan'da olmayacak her bir şey eziyet neden de olur, çetinliği neden de olur. İnşallah ki her şey istediğimiz gibi olacak ve biz buraya uğur elde etmek için gelmişiz.
Obviously, nothing is easy, and you gotta work hard to achieve everything. And inshallah, I believe that I'm working hard, and I'm gonna get the result that I want.
First question is for Benda. So you've already etched your name among the great lightweights with WC and UFC titles on your trophy case now, but how much is legacy on your mind right now with this first matchup being for the world title in Bellator?
I wouldn't say legacy is too much on my mind. Of course, it's in the back thoughts, you know, it should be in the back of your head, your long-term goals, but your short-term goals lead you to getting those long-term goals. The short-term goals is facing off against Usman and get my hand raised. Then it also take care of itself. You want a great legacy, win your next fight. You want to be a world champion, win your next fight. You want to be main card, main event, win your next fight. All of it leads to winning your next fight. Most everyone here has said the same thing in other words, but all of it is you have to focus on the first things first. That's Usman and legacy and all that stuff. Take care of itself over there.
Next question is for AJ. So you've is this for sure a full-on commitment to lightweight, and if so, how has the preparation changed as opposed to just moving up towards the water sort of?
Eat good, feel good, fight good. Man, it's just another journey, you know what I mean? I started my career at the 145-pound division, featherweight division, so 18 battles, 19 battles there. It's just something exciting for me, you know? New land, new territory to conquer, and another world title, you know what I mean? There's 8 names on this belt. That's something that's gonna go down in the history books forever, so it's not just an ordinary world title, it's a world title with 8 names on it that I'm looking forward to adding to the list.
You definitely turned heads with the elaborate walkout for the Rising show. Do you have anything in mind as far as putting on more of a spectacle when you come out to the cage next time?
See, Japan's just different. Straight up, Japan's different. Since I was a kid, that's what it's about out there, is the show, you know? So for me to have my first fight out there was an honor. I wanted to kind of relate the cultures a little bit, so being a samurai was, you know, my dad was a little upset, spent 100 minutes, but hey, that's going to the history books for me. It was an honor, you know. Japan is lit, but I don't know, it's business time.
And my last question is for both Sydney and Alexander. Definitely a potential conflict between both of you, being at ATT. Has that changed the dynamic in the training room at all? Are you preparing separately, or are you not getting in as many rounds as you normally would together?
I hate Alex. No, he's cool. Bro, honestly, that's a good question, an obvious question, and we both look at each other like, hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, brother? What's going on? Hey, you need anything? But I actually don't even know how it's gonna look, but I mean, we will see each other in the gym. But Alex is a good guy, so he's gonna probably figure some things out where he's gonna train. He's gonna train some different time. I'm gonna train at a different time. He's really professional and stuff. So I can say from my end, I'm probably gonna keep doing my same schedule. Don't really care if the Pope is looking to see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Focus on my craft. Focus on how I do. You know what I mean? So, Alex, you got any?
Sydney, my friend. I am training with him in ATT every day. Когда я прилетел только в American Top Team, я еще не подписал контракт с Bellator. Сидни мне помогал, я ему помогал. Мы очень хорошо стали общаться, подружились. Вот, и с того момента у нас получились такие хорошие взаимоотношения. И
as a matter of fact, my son, when I came to ATT, I still haven't had my Bellator contract signed. So back then that wasn't even a factor, but now that I signed it.
Но потом я уже подписал контракт, и мы знали, что мы деремся в одном весе с Сидом. Мы, не обговаривая друг другом, просто продолжили также дальше тренироваться.
And now that I signed the contract, I knew that we're going to be in the same weight class, and we didn't really get bothered by that. We just continue our training. We kind of separate maybe time, but listen, it's just things that we do. One of those things might happen no matter what.
Поэтому, если мы окажемся в финале, да, точнее, мы должны оказаться в финале, поэтому мы выйдем, покажем хороший бой, хороший спарринг, крепкий бой, без всяких проблем.
So if we end up in the final, well, when we end up in the finals, we're probably going to put up a good fight, spectacular one, then you guys are going to enjoy it.
Thank you.
My question is for Usman. It's been, Kenny recently said he's stepping away from MMA, and I just wanted to know, how does it make you feel to go through this tournament without him in your corner?
Да, Хабиб оставил команду, но не в том плане, что он ее насовсем оставил. Мы также общаемся, Хабиб мой брат, как вы знаете, и советами, там, где мне что нужно, я всегда могу к нему обратиться, и он тоже спрашивает, интересуется. В целом, да, он сейчас начал больше времени уделяет своей семье, но также Хабиб с нами на связи, со всей командой, и мы общаемся. Когда нам нужен совет, то обращаемся к нему обязательно. Но ничего такого особо кардинально не изменилось. Просто все медиа сильно слишком драматизируют и все.
I feel like the media and everybody making a big deal out of it. It's not like Khabib left us completely and abandoned the whole team. We still talk, we break down fights, all of us call him for advice, how to do things, what to do. We always stay in touch via the phone, but the only thing is he just wants to spend more time with his family and not be present like he used to be during the fight weeks and preparations for the fight, during the fight camp. Other than that, we all of us stay in touch with him. He's still our big brother, we love him, and we always call him for advice.
Thank you. And then my last question for Mansoor. There are a couple names left out of the tournament, and I just want to know, how does it make you feel that Bellator puts you in this tournament after just having one fight in the organization? And just how does that make you feel, and what do you think Bellator thinks of you?
Ouais, je pense que mon adversaire est un adversaire très bon, de l'expérience, et je voudrais affronter le plus fort, enfin le champion.
My opponent is very good, I know, and it's the only point I'm in mind now, and then after take the belt.
All right, hey guys, thank you very much for the questions. Give us just a moment. We're going to clear these chairs and we will face each fighter off for photos. In the meanwhile, let me throw it back to Big John and Josh Thompson.
Rocket on his face.
Put the phone down a little bit.
joke, like, I'm so old, like, when I started, you could just be a sports writer. They're like, nah, you gotta be a photographer, a videographer, a podcast. What now? What now? Not really. I don't need this. Watching live, appreciate you watching. Oh, great. Thank you. There's components here. That's nice. Yeah, dude.
John McCarthy, Josh Thompson, thank you, gentlemen, as we get set now for the weigh-ins for tomorrow night's Bellator 290. We welcome all those just joining us on the live stream and all of you with us here live as we get set to kick off 2023 for Bellator 290, our premiere live on CBS and Paramount Plus. Again, we welcome you as we get set to put fighters on the scale. Tomorrow night, Bellator 290 live on CBS and Paramount Plus features 2 world title contests. The first up, Coco and Evelyn in the co-main event, and then in the main event of the evening, the champ, Ryan Darth Vader, takes on the legend in his final stand, the last emperor, Fedor Emelianenko. As we get set, a quick thank you to our sanctioning body, the California State Athletic Commission, Commissioner Peter Villegas, Chair, Executive Officer Mr. Andy Foster with us today. Mark, thank you very much, sir. And as we get things underway, a quick reminder, main card tomorrow night, start time live on CBS and Paramount Plus, 9 o'clock in the East, 6 o'clock on the West Coast out here locally. Prelims get underway and action-packed stats. Prelim card 3 hours earlier tomorrow night. That's 6 o'clock in the East, 3 o'clock out here local time in California. So here's how we get the action kicked off tomorrow night at the Kia Forum in Inglewood, California. The prelims start in the bantamweight division. We'll welcome now to the stage to weigh in Mikhailov and Caldwell. Your first fighter to weigh in, please welcome Nikita Mikhailov. Official weight for the night of 2, 135.4. 135.4 for Mikhailov. And now, his opponent, please welcome the former bantamweight world champion, the Wolf, Darion Caldwell. At 15-6 as a professional. 135.8 pounds for Caldwell.
You gotta fight! You gotta fight, baby! All night long! Yeah, baby!
Here's your first prelim kicking off the night at Bellator 290 tomorrow, Kia Forum in Inglewood, California. And now we're going to fight number 2 for the prelim card. It'll be Absarakova versus Lara. Your first fighter to the scale, please welcome Patera Absarakova. undefeated as a professional 5-0. 128.8, 128.8 pounds. And now her opponent, the former world title challenger, please welcome Alejandra Azul Lara. At 9-6 as a pro. 125.8 on weight, 125.8 for Lana. Tested at 125 pounds, 3-5 minute rounds or less. Scheduled your second prelim to kick off the action tomorrow night at Bellator 290. We go now to the light heavyweight division. Albrechtsson versus Neil. First fighter to the scale out of Stockholm, Sweden, King Carl Albrechtsson. 13-4 as a professional, 6 knockouts, 3 submissions to his credit. 205.2, 205.2 pounds for Albrechtsson. And now his opponent out of Denver, Colorado, please welcome Brand the Truth, Neil. 7-1 overall as a pro, with 1 knockout, 3 submissions. His weight, 205.2, 205.2 for Neil. Fight number 3 tomorrow night is in the light heavyweight division. King Carl Albrechtsson grants the Truth, Neil. And now we go to the lightweight division. It will be Rashkov versus Gonzalez. Your first fighter to the scale, please welcome Max Rashkov. 7-1 overall as a pro. 1 knockout, 5 submissions to his credit. Brook, Ohio, by way of Las Vegas. His weight, 155.6, 155.6 for Rashkov. And now his opponent, please welcome the Lion, Chris Gonzalez. As a pro, 7-2 overall, 3 knockouts to his credit by way of Sacramento. First fights out of Chicago. 155.6, 155.6 pounds for Gonzalez.
All night long, baby. Tell me what you're working with. Yeah! Yeah! Oh.
Now we move to the heavyweight division. It'll be Israel versus Maori. Your first fighter to the scale in his Bellator debut, Ali Israel. 9-0, he's undefeated out of Baku, Azerbaijan. His official weight, 261.8, 261.8 pounds. His opponent now also undefeated. He stands at 10-0. Please welcome Tall Steve Maori. Fighting out of Deerfield Beach, Florida. 253.4 pounds for Maori.
That's a big fight, baby. That's a fight. We got a fight here, baby. All night long.
As your heavyweight set to throw down prelims, move now to the featherweight division. Nurmagomedov versus Corrales. First fighter to the scale, please welcome the undefeated Usman Nurmagomedov. 10-0 as a pro, 6 finishes, 2 by knockout, 4 by submission. 145.2, 145.2 pounds. Nurmagomedov. His opponent now, please welcome McKee Corrales. Fixture in the Bellator cage. Known for always putting on exciting fights. He brings 20 victories, including 13 finishes. 145.6 pounds for Corrales.
Fight, baby, that's a fight! All night long, baby!
Tomorrow night's prelims again getting underway. 6 o'clock in the east, 3 o'clock on the west coast. You can catch them streaming live on YouTube and in Bellator MMA or Showtime Sports. Pluto TV covers the prelims live each time as well. As we go now to the welterweight division, it'll be the Humboldt versus Larkin in a rematch. They'll set it up again. The first to weigh in, please welcome the undefeated Mohammed Humboldt. 14-0 as a professional. 11 finishes, 2 by knockout, 9 submissions on his record. 171 even, 171 pounds even for Humboldt. His opponent now, please welcome the Monsoon Lorenz Larkin. With 12 total knockouts to his credit, professional record overall, 24-7. Larkin as well, 171 even, 171 pounds even for Larkin. The first men of the Bellator 283. But the illegal strike ended it early in a no contest, so they'll run it back again. Mohammed Humboldt, Lorenz, the Monsoon Larkin. And that will stay right here in the welterweight division. It'll be Skiro versus Gracie. First fighter making his way to the scale, Dante Skiro. Out of Denver, Colorado, 9-4 overall as a pro. 170.6 pounds, 170.6 for Skiro. And now we welcome from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, please welcome Neymar, the Lion, Gracie. 11-4 as a professional. 10 of those 11 victories ending early, 1 by knockout, 9 by submission. The former world title challenger on the scale at 170.4, 170.4 pounds for Gracie.
You gotta fight, baby. You gotta fight. All night long, baby. Show what you working with, baby. Yeah. That's a fight, baby. Yeah. All night long.
A stacked prelim card tomorrow night, Kia Forum in Inglewood, California. As Bellator kicks off 2023. Main card later on in the evening live on CBS and Paramount Plus. Right now the prelims. We go to fight number 9. A featured fight in the bantamweight division. It'll be Lugo versus Bates. First fighter to the scale, Jornell A1 Lugo. Out of West Palm Beach by way of Waterbury, Connecticut. 8-1 as a pro. 135 even. The official weight, 135 pounds for Lugo. And now his undefeated opponent, Jalen, the new breed, Bates. 6-0 out of Lakewood, California. With those 6 victories, 4 by way of submission. 136 on the mark, 136 even for the new breed.
Yeah! You gotta fight, baby! All night long! Tell me what you're working with, baby!
There's your bantamweight set. Featured fight in the division for Del Lugo, Jalen Bates. And we go down featherweight division, Ishiguro versus Hogan. First fighter to take the scale, Peter Wasabi Ishiguro. That way, Lake Forest, California. He's fighting out of San Jose. His official weight, 145 even, 145 pounds even for Ishiguro. And now back in the Bellator cage, we welcome Isaiah Hawkins. Out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, by way of Clovis, California. 145.6, 145.6 pounds for Hawkins. There's your featherweight matchup, and go now to the final prelim tomorrow night for Bellator 290 at the Kia Forum. It'll take place in the welterweight division, set for 3 5-minute rounds. First to the scale, please welcome Yusuf Karakaya. As a professional early on, he stands at 1-0. That victory by way of submission. $170.2 pounds. His opponent now also undefeated early on. We welcome him to the scale now. This is Ethan Hughes. Wiggins, Mississippi. He's 3-0 as a pro. 170.8 pounds. 170.8 pounds for Hughes.
All night long, baby. What we do is wild people. Show them what you're working with, baby.
Here's your final prelim tomorrow night, Bellator 290. Get those prelims streaming live on YouTube at Bellator, MMA, and Showtime Sports. You can also catch them streaming on Pluto TV. If you're just joining us on the live stream, we welcome you to the West Coast here in California as we kick off Bellator's 2023 season with Bellator 290 live tomorrow night on CBS and Paramount Plus. As we get set down for the main card, 3 fights on the main card, 2 world titles at stake, a champion who's never lost in the heavyweight division taking on a legend, but it starts right now in the welterweight division as we get set now for fight number 1, 2 fighters destined to stand and train. Would you please welcome in the night's first fight, our first fighter to take the weigh-in stage. This is Irish Brennan Ward. 16-6 as a professional. After a 4.5-year layoff, he's back. He's 2-0. Both of those wins coming by way of knockout. Overall, brings 15 finishes, 11 by knockout, 4 by submission. On the scale, 170.8 pounds for Irish Brennan Moore. And now his opponent. Would you please welcome the fighter from Coconut Creek, Florida, Sabah, the Sleek Sheik Hamasi. At 17-10 overall as a professional. His finish record nearly the same, 11 knockouts, 4 submissions. 7 of those 11 knockouts coming in round number 1. And on the scale, 170.8 pounds. With Bellator President Mr. Scott Coker to stare down on the stage here is fight number 1 tomorrow night live on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Let's go!
With that, let's repeat our start times tomorrow night. You're not going to want to be even a second late tomorrow night. Live on CBS and Paramount Plus, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 o'clock on the West Coast. That's when we'll get the welterweights inside the cage. From there, we'll go to our first of 2 world title fights. First up, middleweight division. First to the scale, we'll bring the challenger. Would you please welcome Anatoly Tokov. The veteran at 31-2 as a professional carries 17 wins by knockout, 7 wins by submission in the Bellator cage. He's a perfect 7-0. This will be his first title challenge. His weight, 184.8 pounds for Tokov. And now we welcome the undefeated, reigning and defending Bellator middleweight world champion, the human cheat code, Johnny Evelyn. At 12-0 as a professional, his first title defense. 184 even, 184 even for Evelyn. Evelyn comes on a dominant victory to pick up that middleweight gold strap at Bellator 282. That fight took place last June of 2022. For the first time, veteran Tokov, his first title challenge. Here's your co-main event tomorrow night live on CBS and Paramount Plus for middleweight gold. Anatoly Tokov and the champ, Johnny Evelyn.
Hey, how we doing? Hey, there we are. All right, that's how you guys know that we're live. Now, I'm joined here with the champion of the world. You asked for this opportunity, and like anything in life, you got to be careful what you ask for, because in 24 hours, you're going to get it. Have you made the right decision?
Of course I've made the right decision. He's the next opponent that I wanted to face. I want to put on a show for everybody, and I can't wait to do it on CBS.
Ladies and gentlemen, the champion, Johnny Evelyn. And now, I'm going to come to the challenger, Anatoly. You have won 24 out of 25 matches in a row, 7 straight to get this opportunity. How do you feel just one day away?
Ты выиграл последний из 25 боев, 24. Как ты чувствуешь себя сегодня, так как остался один день до боя?
Сегодня я чувствую себя замечательно, очень хорошо. Вес пошел хорошо и лучше чувствую, чем остальные бои.
I feel great today. The weight cut was perfect. It didn't go went according to the plan, and basically I feel way better than any time before.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your challenger.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night live on CBS and Paramount Plus in the main event of the evening. It'll go 5 rounds or less for the Bellator Heavyweight World Championship. The rematch is set, and first, we introduce to the scales the challenger. Would you please put your hands together for the legendary heavyweight, the last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko. An unparalleled professional record, 40-6, 31 wins by finish. His weight, 236.2, 236.2 pounds for the last Emperor. And now we go to the reigning and defending Bellator Heavyweight World Champion. Please welcome Ryan Darth Vader. At 37 as a professional, he brings 12 knockouts, 3 submissions. Bellator's first double champ, 2 weight class champ, light heavyweight champion. He won this heavyweight strap. 234.4, 234.4 pounds, the official weight for the champion Vader. There, tomorrow night, your main event, the champ, the legend. It'll be Fedor versus Fedor.
All right, Fedor, very briefly as I may, you were 1 day away from your last match, and I'm going to ask you directly, do you lead Bellator World Champion? Fedor, I didn't expect a whole lot of words, but is there anything you would like to say to the fans watching on today?
Thank you, the community, for such a long time. Thanks a lot for all the fighters that I can share my career with. Thank you to Chell. It was a great fight.
Fedor, that was beautiful. We look forward to it. The last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko. I'm joined here by the heavyweight champion of the world, Ryan Bader. You made a comment in the press conference that you were being brought in to be the bad guy, but at the end of the day, you are the champion. Is this the match that you want?
Yeah, he wanted this fight, and I got excited, obviously, as it went on. He's a great legend of the sport, respect that man a ton, and if he wanted that fight, I was going to give it to him. So, heavyweight championship of the world, and I get to be part of his legacy and his story, and nothing better.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Ryan Bader.
Thank you, Chael. And there we have it. We thank you for joining us. Today's weigh-ins of the live stream. Remember, tomorrow night, your start times, 9 o'clock in the East for the main card, 6 o'clock here on the West Coast. There is your main event, your co-main event, 2 world titles on the line, and we'll kick it off with 2 stand-up strikers all tomorrow night. We'll see you live on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Watch it.